What be the haps out there? Tonight I'm just going to talk for a couple minutes. Remember some of my cats. One of our first cats was uh, a cat we named Chi Chi Boo. We couldn't get rid of that cat. We were in this little one-story, one-bedroom house. There were 7 of us in there. And this one cat, we couldn't get rid of it. It kept getting in, and we couldn't figure out where. Finally, we found out that it was coming in through this one um, kind of rotted away door that was in the back. Anyway, Chichibu was a favorite family pet, um, and he loved to bring gifts, mainly live mice. He liked to bring live mice into the house. It was kind of a gift for us that he was also giving to himself because he liked to play with the mouse until it died of a heart attack. He never clawed it or bit it. He just kind of he would put his paws out and just kind of chase it back and forth between its paws until finally the poor thing would die of a heart attack. And then we had this one cat, Sugar, that would bring piles of things, like leaves or pick up part of a deck of cards and bring it to my mom. And you'd see cards here, there, up the stairs until it was in front of my mom's door and mom and dad's door. But um, and then just the rest of the pile would be left right there. And then I had this one cat that I don't know why it wanted to bring my mom this particular gift, but one day I'm playing about a block away with a friend of mine, and suddenly I'm hearing my mom, and she's yelling, at the top of her lungs, "Kiri!" Well, I couldn't answer her. She couldn't hear me until I was in our yard downstairs. Well, I found out why. She was in my bedroom. Actually, it was my brother's and mine. She was standing on my brother's cedar chest at the little window that's like she had to raise her head to get to the open window. It was a pretty high window. And she was calling from there. Well, the reason she was standing there was because my cat had brought this snake as a gift. The snake was writhing around his head, up around and back and forth, and he had it in his mouth, and he's kind of purring and just trying to give my mom this snake. Well, unfortunately, my mom is deathly afraid of snakes, so that's that's why she was up on the cedar chest yelling for me. Anyway, I finally got this snake away from the cat and took it outside. And then we had this, um, well, of course, I've told you about my fire, the cat that would just bail on me when he knew there was smoke coming. Didn't tell me anything about it. Anyway, a little bit before that fire happened, this cat would bring dead mice into my room. He's bringing me a gift, but also bringing himself a gift. Because I could hear him coming, making this weird sound. It was like, normally he would be, well, this time it was different. It was like, really low. And then he was up on the bed. I was in bed asleep. And all of a sudden he's playing with something, you know, tossing it, catching it, pouncing on it, all over the bed. I was trying to sleep and, of course, not able to at this point. So um, I wake up, I turn on the light, and I find out he's got this bloody mouse that he's playing with on my bed. So I get the mouse and I get the cat and I carry the cat out under one arm and the mouse in this wad of toilet paper because it's all bloody. And I put the cat out and throw the mouse out and close the door. Oh, by the time, I mean, I've got the door closed and I'm starting to turn around and I hear the cat coming from under the sink. It was the first time I'd ever found out that this cat could get in and out at will. And so here he comes out from under the sink and he's got the mouse, the bloody mouse. And so I can't even keep him out. He gets to play with the dang bloody mouse on the bed and I can't do anything about it. So he brought me his own gift. So, it was nuts. Anyway, there was one other special thing about our very first cat. One time we took a trip. I call it the dam trip because we went to see all the dams on the Columbia River. You know, woohoo. It was interesting for my dad, who liked to stay and look at various things and see the different turbines and whatnot. But it wasn't, you know, it was 7 of us in this big car that in the summer, when it was very hot, you know, over 100, and we had no air conditioning at the time. Well, we rented a portable air conditioner that you plug into the cigarette lighter. The only trouble was it caused our car to boil over, so we had to shut it off. So there it sat in the middle of our car, doing nothing for us. And so we had this trip. Anyway, it's like the 4th or 5th day. We remember that we left the cat locked in the bathroom because we'd been getting ready, you know, didn't want him getting outside. He was supposed to stay inside. He had the litter box and food. Unfortunately, he didn't have those things in the bathroom with him, and we left, took off. Well, fortunately for him, of course, he had a water supply in the toilet. Yeah, my mom kept that pretty clean. And so he had water, but he had no food. And we were concerned. We were taking a full week, 7 days, and we got back and we went rushing in to see if Chichibu was even still alive. We didn't know. And we threw open the door, ran towards the bathroom, threw open that door, and this gray streak just flung itself out of the house right by us. Now, we didn't see it for a couple of days because we were sure it was out hunting or whatever the cat does when it's in that kind of a condition. Anyway, from the toilet, which was like when you open the door, the toilet is immediately to the left. In front of you is the sink that has a little wall, and on the other side of that wall is the tub with the shower. And so we see this toilet paper that's running across the floor, turns into the tub, and back down in. So we took a look at that, and we were checking it out, and it turns out there was this pile of toilet paper right over the drain, covering its one mess that he'd made that whole week. Well, that mess was right on the drain, and it was perfectly covered with this toilet paper that had brought over from the toilet across the room. And it was an amazing thing. The cat survived, lived a lot more years, and it was a great cat. Although it didn't do much for mice except to cause them heart attacks. but we had a lot of fun with cats. Some of the fun I won't tell you about. So anyway, everybody have a good night. Thank you very much.